What up? What up?
All
What up?
right,
What's up?
Black Comic Lords in the house.
What's
How's
going
everybody
on,
doing
everybody?
tonight?
Yes.
We good. We
Good, good,
good.
good.
Doing fine out here.
That's great. That's great. Um, hey, as you can see, we don't have Paul here to start the show, but hopefully he'll be here to finish it. But in Paul's absence, I'll just kind of take the lead. So first of all, I just want to thank so much, Mr. Mike Carson, aka Super Slabs, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
Yeah, and in addition, we also have Angel and Rich. Maybe we'll have Herschel join. You know, he'll troll in at some point in time.
Herschel's all Herschel's always late to the party, man. He always jumps in.
And
Well,
always, also, yeah.
no, I was just saying. I hit him in the chat early. Told him to keep his hand in his pocket.
Keep
Uh-oh.
keep your
Uh-oh.
hands in your pocket.
You
And
know what I'm
also want
saying?
to, oh yeah, absolutely. Keep it off the keyboard, Herschel. And the other thing is, just want to welcome our chat members. So, Bot Boy versus, thank you for joining us.
Pericles.
Pericles,
Yay. Gordon.
Mr.
Hello.
Gordon, Gaming While is hot,
Hello,
Style
hello.
So Serious, and Half Dead
Happy
Customs. Thank you so much
customer.
for joining us.
Hello, hello.
Half dead.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
you know, it's been a week. It's Wednesday, Hump Day. How's your week been going so far? Rich, let's start with you.
Man, my week has been cool. Got back to work and needed a, you know how you have a vacation and then you need a vacation from the
Hmm.
vacation.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
I had that going on Monday and yesterday. Um, after yesterday was cool, and so today I had the day off, and so that was cool. I went to go see King Kong and Godzilla. When finally saw it at the New Empire. So I had a big tub of popcorn, a big gallon of soda water,
Woo.
and nerded out for a good 2 hours. So that was cool. So yeah, then I went and got picked up my pool today. Actually, I only picked up half my pool. A lot of stuff came out today. There's a lot of comic books out today, and so yeah, so the week has been good. So far so good. So I'm glad that
Nice.
we're here at Hump Day because that's 2 days from Friday, and yeah, so I'm counting the days for sure to the weekend.
Well, I'm glad you had a great sabbatical, and
Absolutely,
yeah. How about
absolutely.
you, Angel?
Oh man, this week has been prepping for several events. So my days have been extremely full. So I have not even been to any LCSs. My normal is Monday, Tuesday, and even today I would go and check out what books are coming and checking my polls. I haven't been able to do any of that yet, so I have no idea what came out this week. So,
Yeah.
but
Man,
it's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am too, if I'm being honest, Angel. So I hear that. Shout out to anonymous Facebook user. Um, and then shout out to Amir as well. And
what
Couching
up?
and
What up?
Slouching. What's up, Bryant?
See
Make sure you
Bizzle.
check out the Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle YouTube channel. Frustrated. How's it going? Join us just a little bit late as usual, but always earlier than Herschel. So you
Oh,
made
the
it
Black
Yeah.
Panther. Nope, issue 3.
in. Yeah, I think we'll get to that, but we'll have to wait for Paul. Otherwise, we'll have to do it two times.
Oh no,
Um,
I don't want to do it
and M-
twice.
and NBA Live girl, good to have you here again. Mike, how about your week?
Can't complain at all. It was a fun week. We got to wrap it up on the Super Slabs channel with my boy Jay Malik. Gave us a nice breakdown on how to submit your books to CGC. Gave tons of tips from obviously he was a former employee, so gave us a lot of inside game that will help you improve your chances of getting them high grades. So if you get a chance, stop over to the page Super Slab Comics, check it out. For being my second live video, it actually has the highest views so far. So I think wording it the way that a couple of you guys suggested for me kind of helped the algorithm a little bit. So I definitely appreciate that. And as always, Derek giving all the tips and pointers It's fantastic. So other than that, just trying to dodge the storm. We got Ohio weather is weird. I don't know. I'm in Ohio, so we had it was sunny today in the 70s. Then all of a sudden we had hail that was
Oh,
coming
wow.
down, and now we're on a flood watch tornado warning. So we didn't
Oh,
experience
geez.
every season in one day right here. So hopefully I'll be able to stay on the live for the duration. So we'll see.
All right. Yeah. Hopefully you can stick on. Yeah.
Right.
Just to follow up on that, that was a really good show. Jay, having been a CGC employee and knowing how things work, and then to be able to give advice was really good. So, if you haven't had a chance to, first of all, check out Mike's channel, Super Slab Comics. Do that. But then number two, check out that episode if you have any interest at all in getting your comics graded or getting them, getting them slabbed. Just take a look at that because give you some tips to make sure you're doing the right things, you're doing things the right way, and maximize the result because you're putting your hard-earned money into it. You want to get the result you want. So take a look
Yes.
at that. Yeah. And let's see, got a little bit more. So James, how's it going, James?
What up,
James.
Thanks for joining
JT?
us.
Building.
Oh,
And then we got a shout out from Bryant on your static wall. Hold on, Mike. Let's put you big screen here. So I know all of our regulars are very familiar with Mike's static wall, but he's got every issue of static original run slabbed, and then I think he's 3 short of having all 9.8s. Is that right?
Yep. Static 21. There are now 9.8, so it's going to be a tough run trying to get that one. I do have a 9.6 and a 9.6 of number 27 and number 38. So I think there's 2 of 27 and maybe 3 of 38 or vice versa. I can't remember exactly, but eventually down the line, hopefully I'll be able to add to that. And appreciate it, Couching and Slouching. I'll definitely add you back. And NBA Live Girl, thank you for the shout out as well. And as I see the anonymous Facebook user there is my main man Otis.
What
Somebody
up?
gonna
What
have
up?
What's up, Otis?
Oh,
you
G
know
in the building.
Otis, you
And
know you can register your Facebook account through StreamYard, and in that way your name will pop up through there. So I have to show you that
Yeah,
offline.
yeah. All right, all right. So I guess the first thing we want to cover this week is just a little bit of news. So what do we see in the news this past week that we wanted to talk about for a little bit?
well, the juice is loose.
oh,
Look
That
at
too soon?
this.
yeah. Juice is left.
The
Where
juice
Yeah.
left the building.
where were you, Rich, when
Yeah.
you heard the verdict? Can you remember that day?
I was man, I was at the crib and I had just got home from work. And no, I take it back. I was at work. We were watching it in the break room.
Mm.
And yeah, when he got the not guilty verdict, boy, the white people in my business, they turned red.
Oh yeah.
I ain't never seen a white man turn red. A couple of them.
I can remember I was in 7th grade, I remember, and we were actually in math class, and they actually came in, and I remember somebody saying, "Hey, y'all want to hear the verdict?" And the teacher was like, "Yeah, sure," and then told us not guilty. And I distinctly remember this. All the black kids ran up, jumped up and down, and cheered, and you looked over. Every white person in there was they didn't like it. So
No.
shout out to the juice, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
I
juice
was
is loose. You say,
actually home.
but when he like we were talking off screen, guys. You know, I'm a Rockets fan, and so shout out to H Town. So it was the finals. We were playing the Knicks, and I remember I was at work, and I was working at a Domino's Pizza, and I was delivering pizza, and I had a TV. This is when you could get TV in your vehicle. You had a analog signal, so now you can't do that no more. But back in the day, I had a truck. They had a TV in it, so I'm watching the game, delivering pizzas. All of a sudden, breaking news: this white truck driving down the highway.
Speaking of trucks,
Yeah,
This
Oh,
is Paul's on the road.
incognito. He's driving.
he
Must-
driving. That's
yeah, I
you,
guess
brother.
so.
AC, is that AC?
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Paul. Hey, AC Cowlings.
Oh,
It's like, what's going on? Shout out to your partner.
What what foolishness are we talking about tonight?
Talking about your boy, OJ Orenthal thing, James Simpson.
If it doesn't
Yeah.
fit, you must have quit.
right.
That's right. He is the lawyer. No, it's Johnny Cochran's little brother. That's who Paul is.
Oh man.
I actually got to
Everybody
meet Johnny Cochran. I actually got to meet Johnny Cochran when I was younger. He was
For real?
actually a very, very nice individual.
Yeah, shoot, that dude there. I know his rates went up after that trial.
Hey, I'll say all
Oh,
that
yeah.
money after that trial. Hey, he's the nicest guy in the world then.
Wait, is that Mike?
Yes, sir.
Mike is on. Mike is joining us tonight.
Oh snap! Mike is in the building.
What's going on, Paul? You out there
Absolutely.
riding in the right Baco right now?
Hey man, I just got out of a work event.
Yeah, so I remember exactly where I was for both the chase, because I remember watching. I was pulling for the Rockets too, and I wasn't too happy to see that the chase pop up. And then once I realized what it was, then I was enthralled in Orenthal. That was
Enthralled with
Yeah.
Orenthal.
that. Can we just take a moment? To me, if you think about moments where there was like a pivot, right? Just in
Mhm.
the way that the world worked,
Yes,
to
sir.
have that type of a thing to take place live on TV
Mhm.
while everybody's watching the NBA Finals in the first place, but you just switch over to that, and you're
Mhm.
watching this icon who could do no wrong in most people's eyes, and now all of a sudden you got this chase going on. You're watching on live TV. Is one of those things that kind of, I think, it shifted the way the news media works for that.
Yeah.
In my
Absolutely.
view.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say the slowest car chase in history right there.
Yeah,
Look, I was back in the day.
Uh-oh.
We talking about running backs. It was OJ Simpson and everybody else. This was a little bit before. I would say sweetness. That's why they call sweetness because OJ was called the juice.
Right.
But he was the guy who got over 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. He was
Yes.
cold with it. He was cold with the rock and spent a lot of time in Buffalo. Shout out to my man Otis. Then he left and he went to San Francisco, played out there for a while. But that dude was cold with the rock. And of course, everybody knows from back in those days, remember the Hertz commercials, him running in the airports, that kind of thing. He was a big deal. He was a big deal. I think the reason why that moment you were talking about, Derek, is so, powerful is that this was a guy that was the darling. You know what I'm saying? He was the celebrity. He was the dude that the ladies loved and the guys wanted to be, and so he lived in a bubble, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we all know what happened as a result of that. But back in the day, he was the guy.
Yeah.
People. Somebody brought this up recently. People forget that he was in Roots, and he was a star in Roots, and that's just how big he was. He had just started acting, and Roots was one of his first roles. So,
right.
The history of Orenthal James Simpson is complex and it runs deep.
Yes, it does.
For all intents and purposes, OJ was kind of the Michael Jordan of the 70s.
Yeah.
In terms of having an athlete who superseded simply being an athlete and being someone who made a lot of his money through various promotional deals, endorsements.
Yep.
He was that dude. He was one of those big guys who in the 70s was really sort of an icon of that time period, 70s and early 80s. So yeah, he was a big deal. He was a big deal. What was the name of his boy who was driving the Bronco?
AC.
It was AC.
AC Cowlings.
AC Collins. So
Cowlings. Yeah.
that brother does not get enough recognition. I mean, imagine your boy just did some big bad, and you got his back, 10 toes down, $100,000, and you got his back, and you're driving him around, cops are chasing you, and he still got your back. Like, that's a boy for real. That's your man, $100,000. I just want the recognition of AC Counts. Like, that was. You need to have, friends in your life who are like that, who will have your back under the worst of circumstances.
That's a friend in need right there for sure.
Yes.
That's a friend indeed. That's a friend indeed.
I mean, look, he helped. He sparked a lot of Ford Bronco purchases. So Ford owes him a lot of money.
Oh, Ford, when they brought the Bronco back, it's everywhere now.
Right. But notice you don't see too many of them in white.
Oh no.
No, there's all
No.
these weird colors now.
I have yet to see a white new Ford Bronco on the road. Have any of you seen a white one?
Mm-mm.
I've not seen one yet.
No.
I'd be
No.
looking too.
I don't think you will either. So, yeah. So shout out to him. Rest in peace. Condolences to his family. Let's move on before somebody gets wind that we talk about OJ and try to shut us down. So, in comic book news, so we were talking earlier also about I guess James Gunn is picked his Jonathan Kent, Martha Kent. Do y'all know who the actors are?
I'm a Snyder.
So who are the actors?
Yeah,
That's
who
a
are
good
the
question.
actors? I didn't even see.
Who are the actors they picked?
Neva Howe is to play Mark the Kent, and Pruitt Taylor is going to play Jonathan Kent.
I don't know who either one of those people are.
It's probably it's probably unknown, and he's making these movies on the cheap. So
that's fine. I mean, I never been a proponent that you have to have a big name to fulfill a role. Too many people get the same roles over and over again. There's plenty of talent out there that's untapped. So I have no problem with him finding some unknown people that can do the role.
So, I mean,
the bigger question is how big a role would Mr. Terrific have in the movie?
Oh, come on, man! He's gonna be at the water cooler. It's gonna be 5 minutes. If he get 5 minutes, I'll be surprised.
I'll say Pruitt Taylor Vince is from The Walking Dead, and he played in Constantine. A few other decent big roles, so he's a pretty somewhat known name. You'll recognize his face when you see.
Let's see. I don't know if we have the. Okay, I don't have Jonathan Kent on here in this article.
His name is Pruitt Taylor Vince.
Okay. And I'm having some network issues, so I think the more stuff I do, the slower it's going to be for me.
So you know what? Has everybody seen X-Men '97?
No.
Yes.
I'm holding out.
You know what? I'm sorry, Angel, but we're gonna have to talk about this.
Oh no, spoilers. You're not hurting me. You're good.
Okay, well, good.
Are you talking about the newest episode that came out today?
No, that episode I fell asleep on that. That was a snooze fest.
Compared to last week.
Compare, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why would you take us that high?
He said the writer, what's his name? Bo. I can't remember his first name.
The one that
Bo
got fired on the day off?
Bo DeMaio. He said if you think episode 5 is dope, wait till you get to episodes 8
through 10.
Yeah, he said that's where he really put in the most heat. So I
Okay.
feel like this one was supposed to be a filler next week as well, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty there. So
Yeah. So all I'm gonna say is, for all of y'all out there that was talking trash about X-Men '97 not going to be good, that it was dead on the rock.
a spoiler alert too. I think you should throw out that beforehand for people in the chat.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on,
ahead,
man. Let me
Jay.
get the spoiler alert. All right, let's see. Which
Go
one
ahead, Mr. Producer.
Spoiler alert.
Marion, don't look at it. Shut your eyes, Marion. Don't look at it no matter what happens.
It's frozen.
Y'all
That's
been
a long-
warned.
I gave you plenty of time on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
All
what
right,
the
all
hell
right.
was that?
Yeah. That was from Indiana Jones, bro. What you doing?
Wow.
You just got your nerd card pulled. You didn't know that who that was.
Yeah.
No, my screen was frozen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Perfect answer.
So we had a Avengers Infinity War moment in episode 5. I was a little disturbed watching that. And as an X-Men fan, I'm gonna try not to spoil it, but as an X-Men fan, I was thoroughly excited and disgusted at the same time. Clearly the best episode thus far in the series. It was, man, that was good.
Shout out to Remy LeBeau, aka Gambit, the coldest man in the city that day.
Man, they had to put some respect
Oh
on
my
Gambit.
God,
Hey,
Gambit! Look, can y'all name a comic book issue where Gambit was as gangster as he was in this episode?
hey, Gambit represented so much so his book spiked this week.
I know they did.
Let me tell you something. I have been saying for a while now, Marvel really needs to focus on its animation department. Because if they can crank out episodes like this, do we really, are we really going to miss an MCU?
Nope.
No.
Because think about it. You can do more in these animated episodes than you could ever do in the MCU. Budgetary constraints are not as much of an issue. You don't have to worry about paying some Robert Downey Jr. $20 million a movie, which throws your whole budget off.
There's no aging of
Right?
actors.
There's no aging out. They're using a lot of the same actors that were on the original series in this series. You know, the voice actors.
Yeah.
I mean, and the fans are loving it. I mean, we can get comic book accurate material in the animated universe that we can't get in the MCU because it's not a movie, so you don't have to worry about, well, I've got to truncate the story so that it's digestible to the mainstream. When you're doing it in a half an hour episode form, you can actually build it up the same way you do an issue of a comic. Every half an hour episode is literally just one issue of a comic book.
Yep.
It is a better medium for what we enjoy.
And it gives us a whole week to talk about it too.
Check out what Frustrated said. Check out what Frustrated said.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't look, Angel.
I promise I'm okay. I'm gonna binge watch it once the season's over.
But you know, I would just simply say about your comment, Frustrated, that to me, some characters have an air of mystery about them because you don't know a whole lot about them. They're not overexposed. Gambit, there are Gambit books. Matter of fact, there's one particular solo series of Gambit with Brother Voodoo in it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
check for, those of you that like Brother Voodoo, you should try to go find those books. You can find them. You can find some of them in the wild. Not all of them, but there was a mini series with Brother Voodoo in it. So, but Gambit as a character, I've always
There's
liked
also a
him.
series he had with Bishop.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I just like, his interaction in the comic books and particularly in animation. I love his back and forth with Wolverine in the original series. Because, he used to, what he would call him, Gumbo.
Yeah.
He used to call him Gumbo. So, I mean, look, that was the coldest. Look, all of us that are X-Men fans love a good X-Men story with Sentinels. They got gully.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had never. That was just. It took my jaw was on the floor, Mike.
Yeah.
After I watched that,
Everybody was quiet probably at that scene. I mean, the way they set it up with first off, Gambit might have had the worst day of his life between him and Rogue, the back and forth that they kind of had, and the trouble situation they got going on there with Magneto and Rogue and Gambit. But he took it like a G. He didn't do no weird sucker stuff, so man can pay attention to that. He told her, hey, look, it's cool, I'll still be your friend, and he rolled off with the punches, and he still saved her life at the end of it all.
I mean, look, the reality is, Gambit got a little simped in that episode. I gotta keep it a stay. I thought Gambit got a little simped in that episode. Rogue did Gambit really dirty. Rogue really did Gambit dirty. I mean, like you don't break up with your man and literally 15 minutes later throw you kissing some other dude in front of his face. That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong.
It was kind of dirty, but at the end of it all, like you see, it didn't break him.
No, it didn't break him.
Well, but he was dying.
True.
It's like, oh, Gambit, I'm so wrong. I feel so bad that I left you. I still love you. It's like, woman, I'm dying now. Like that's a little too late.
Die for her.
Yeah, well, she got to live with that, Paul. She got to live with that. But as a once beautiful song in Black History says, everybody plays the fool sometimes.
Oh wow.
So
you know who doesn't have to live with that, Rich? You know who doesn't have to live with that?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that everybody plays the fool, and that was his moment.
Yes, but you know who doesn't have to live with that? Is Gambit, because he's dead.
Well,
I mean, technically, Magneto too.
Yeah.
But so I have a theory though, and this is just if you watch the original series, Cable was always back and forth trying to stop an event. And if you've seen during that episode, he did mutter the words like, it's happening again. So I have a big, high hopes that we're going to see the return of Gambit and Magneto, and we'll see. I don't know. That's my thought process. I think they're both coming back.
Well, that's good. I'm hoping that they do come back. You know what I'm saying? It's been a dope series so far. I didn't, the Days episode, the one that just came out, I felt like it was a snooze fest, even though it was your girl Storm. Shout out to Storm. They're doing the life death story with that or whatever, and it was cool. But like I say, 15 minutes in, I was calling the hogs home. So
you know why? You know why, Rich? Because recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa. Ain't nobody trying to sit here and watch Storm get booed up with Forge. Nobody cares. There's only one relationship that matters.
Forge is not a bad dude, bro. He's not a bad dude.
Whatever. Nobody wants second best.
Oh wow!
You know what?
Nobody wants second best.
Since you brought up and invoked that man's name,
I will bring it
Ultimate
up,
Black Panther.
invoke his name, worship his name.
Ultimate Black Panther 3 came out today.
I haven't had a
great-
chance to read it yet. I've been working all day.
Yeah, great issue. I'll just say it like that. Great issue. Got a chance to see a little interaction between, Killmonger and T'Challa. And very solid, very, very good, solid issue. It feels like a filler issue, but at the same time, we did get some kind of reveal. I'm interested to see where Brian Hill goes with it, as far as the next issue goes, because it does kind of end on a what's that type of deal. And without spoiling it, I'll just tell everybody that T'Challa discovers some new stuff. I'll just say it like that. He's discovered some new things that he hasn't been privy to with all the technology and Wakanda and whatever. And y'all put some respect on Killmonger, because Killmonger put some stuff out there today in that book that was pretty dope. So yeah, it's recast T'Challa, but right now it's Ultimate Black Panther 3. Shout out to all you Black Panther fans that don't think this book counts. They don't think Angel. They don't think it counts, but they buying every issue.
Of course they are.
And all the covers.
And all the covers.
Yes.
The price is starting to come back down to reality a little bit. 9.8s are under $100.
In fact, there was just an announcement that issue number 1 has gone to a fourth printing.
Fourth print.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of issue number
printing.
Yeah, fourth print.
Speaking of issue number 1, I have a question.
That has literally never happened to a Black Panther comic ever before in history.
Issue 2 is going into a second print. There's an issue 2 second print now as well.
I have a question about issue 1. Question about issue 1. Has that truck been found yet? Is that truck still missing?
That truck is that's firewood, bro.
So here's a question I had though. Okay, did the whole truck go missing, or is it just the books? Because I can understand how books could disappear, but how does the whole truck disappear?
But it's not the truck. It's the pallet in the warehouse. Completely disappeared.
Okay. It wasn't a truck.
It never even made it to the vehicle. It's the whole
pallet.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop asking so many damn stupid questions. The cult of Bass would humbly request you stop asking so many damn questions.
But it don't count, Paul. Why we can't talk about it? Don't even count.
Look. It is to the benefit of the series. It is to the benefit of the series and to comic collectors that palette never shows up ever again.
Well, I mean, but still, you think? Hold on, let me ask you a question.
It's going to show up. It's going to show up.
So you think the fourth printing of this book, issue 1, that the 12,000 issues that went missing, you think that's because of this?
I can neither confirm nor deny the status of those books. Recast T'Challa, Cult of Bast, we strong.
Oh my
That's
God.
all I was saying.
But it don't even count. That's crazy. Anyway,
I just want to take a minute or two just to catch up on a few other people who joined us that we haven't acknowledged yet. So Bo Big, thanks for joining us.
Bo Biggs,
Cliff on Comics, one of our newest watchers. You were here last week. Great to have you back. Joe Nathan, how's it going? And let's see, Kingdom of Nerds. How you doing?
Kingdom of Nerds. Hello.
Chad Kinsler.
A
second anonymous Facebook user.
Anonymous.
How's it going?
L-Dog
with a comment. Here's a comment from L-Dog. Props to Killmonger. Keeps the pressure on T'Challa for neglecting his people outside of Wakanda.
Yep.
And then, we're almost completing the Cell job with Mark Robinson. The way y'all and other channels are talking about the X-Men almost makes me want to subscribe to Disney.
It's dope.
Almost.
It's dope.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's look. If you're an X-Men fan from back in the days, the cartoon goes, you want to see this.
Yeah,
you want to see this. It's worth you spending the 2 months or 3 months it is for them to run this series. You can cancel it after it goes back off, or after you see everything. You can do that. That's easy.
Yeah. What are we up to? We're up to episode 6.
Yep.
There's 10 total episodes.
Mhm.
So you can basically get Disney Plus for 1 month and then cancel it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's worth it. The
Yeah.
boss came back today too. No one mentioned that.
Yeah, he did.
What came back?
Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
He had
that was a
his face up.
spoiler. That was a
Small
spoiler.
detail.
I have
Uh-oh.
not
No,
watched the
we did.
episode.
We
Uh-oh.
did. No, we did the disclaimer though. So, technically, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I
This show
just
has
got
a lot
home.
of,
I need to log off for a second. I'll be back.
reveal.
All right, Paul. Paul is all Black Panther talk until you're back.
We cast the chopper. Anyway, let's see. I wonder how many people seen the Easter egg in Ultimate Black Panther. It was a major plot that will really get the good story flowing. I mean, look, we frustrated. We can't really talk about it because a lot of us hadn't read the book. So suffice to say that I just like Brian Edward Hill's writing. That dude can write. It's a good book. It's a good book. And, that wasn't the only good book that came out today. Green Lantern War Journal, issue 8 came out today. That was a pretty good issue. I definitely enjoyed that. It was a lot of stuff that came out today. Matter of fact, Mace Windu, issue 3 came out. Spawn came out. Sam and Twitch, issue number 2, that came out. It was a lot of good stuff that came out today.
I think Frustrated.
Spawn, yeah.
Yeah, Frustrated agrees with you. Earlier in the show, he listed out several of the key books here.
It was a good week. I like I said, I left some of that stuff at the shop. Matter of fact, the Miles Morales came out. The new Miles Morales book that came out. Spider-Man came out. That's the book with Peter Parker and Miles Morales. That came out today. Cobra Commander, the new book came out. That one came out today. A lot of good stuff came out there. Matter of fact, there's a new book, new Black lead book. I can't even think of the name of it. I had the guy put it in my box because I'm not going to be able to get that till like this weekend. It was so much stuff. To suffice to say, it was literally, I had about like 15 books on my pull today. That's how much stuff was out today. Shout out to my man Otis. Otis hit me up and was asking my thoughts about the Wolverine Sabretooth War book. I had dropped Wolverine, but since my guy said to me, he's on my bad, it's Otis line. Okay. But since my guy, he hit me up, he said, man, are you reading this? So I was like, man, he asking me about it, so I got to go get the books. I went back, got all the books, and got caught up. It's a very, very violent story. Victor Laval is writing it with the previous writer, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But to me, Sabretooth is just chaos with fangs. I mean, that dude. Ugh. Somebody tell me a more perfect villain other than Sabretooth. Maybe Joker. But Sabretooth as a villain?
Yeah.
That guy is, ooh, man.
He's like the opposite of what Wolverine could have been.
He's heartless. That dude got no heart, no soul at all.
Yeah.
And, but they're like brothers, which is funny to me because they like two sides of the same coin. But it's a very, very good story. I mean, it's classic Wolverine. This is probably going to go down as one of the better Wolverine stories as far as comic books. So if you're not reading the Wolverine story, as a matter of fact, I think it went from issue 41, and I think it's supposed to end at issue 50. I'm talking about the story arc.
Right.
So it's up to like 47 now. But yeah, it's a great story, bro. Great story. Yeah.
It looked like Frustrated agrees with you. He says it's the best Wolverine story under this title.
Man, I mean, there's without giving it away, there's a scene where there's a lady in the let me just give you, there's a number of Sabretooths It's that multiverse stuff. It's a number of saber-tooths loose, okay, out here doing damage. One of them literally took the jaw, the full bottom part of a person's jaw off. It gets, I'm like, ugh. They just must have told Victor Laval, you just write the most violent, just think of the most violent things that you can do with these two characters. Yeah. And the books are $4.99 a piece. So that might keep you from getting it. You might want to get the trade, but that trade ain't gonna be out for a while. I'll say it like that.
Right.
Yeah. Victor McCree, yep, he is. And that's a good story. So shout out to my man Otis, that kind of put me on, because I had the Wolverine, that volume that came out. I had it for like 20, 25 issues, and then it got a little weird. Next thing I know, they're doing different books. There's the X-Lives of Wolverine, the Deaths of Wolverine. They kept doing extra stuff. And I'm like, man, y'all stop it with these titles, these extra X titles. That stuff costs money.
Yes, they do.
And so I dropped it. And then people started talking. Paul was the first one, was telling me, man, y'all need to get this book. I'm like, I can't add that. So I'm like, okay. Then Otis hit me up with, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to get it. So
yeah, Otis with another comment here.
So I'm starting to think that the Wolverine may have started all this between the two of them. There are a few Easter eggs that Sabretooth drops. Well, they dumped him. Here's the thing about Victor Laval. About the Sabretooth. When they started the Krakoan stuff, right? They had a law that says you could not, you can't kill humans. This is after they established the laws. But Creed hadn't done no such crime. But they found a way to throw him in the pit. And that's why there's it was a book that Victor Laval wrote called Sabretooth and the Exiles. And it was about his time in the pit. When they started the Krakoan stuff, they had to put the ruthless mutant somewhere. And the pit was it. So he's on a, killing spree or whatever you want to call it. But he definitely has a bloodlust that has clearly no, you can't feel that dude's bloodlust. That dude is like, if he was a vampire, he would be the worst vampire. That dude's bloodlust is serious. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to see what he does, where they go with it or whatever. But to your point, Otis, yeah, he definitely let some stuff go. And the thing is that they're like brothers. They've been knowing each other forever and a day. And so when your brothers do something to you, oh no, you'll give a stranger more grace. But if my brother does me wrong, oh no, we're going to war.
Got some more comments. Amir says, nah, the amount of X-Men titles is wild. They could make some room for other stories, like a Luke Cage story.
Well, X-Men is their bread and butter. That's the thing. Now I'm not collecting any of the Fall of X-Men. I'm waiting till they reset to get back on the X-Men train. We talked to Jeffrey Thorne a couple weeks ago, and we found out a week after that he's going to be writing X-Force. And shout out to Paul, because Forge is heading that team with Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's going to be three X-Men titles too.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Eve is writing one of them.
Yeah, Eve Ewing is writing. I think she's. I don't know if it's Wonderful, Astonishing X-Men or something, but she's writing a title as well. But here's the funny part about it: people were all, what was it, Pepe Larraz? There was a picture that came out, and it didn't have hardly. He had like 2 or 3 black mutants on it, right? And people were getting at Pepe about why you don't have no black mutants on it, right? But I think everybody owes Pepe an apology, because the X-Men books that they're putting out don't have no black characters. They were trying to tell y'all what they were doing.
Yes, they could.
You know what I'm saying? They were trying to tell you. He was trying to tell y'all what they were going to do. But, he made the apology. Felt like that he could have added more, and I'm not tripping about how many X-Men. I mean, if you love X-Men, it ain't because they got black characters.
Yeah.
You love the X-Men because they're the X-Men. And so while it'd be good to see, Frenzy, it'd be good to see Sunspot, it'd be good to see Gateway, it'd be good to see Darwin, it'd be good to see Sync, it'd be good to see all these dudes. But we don't love the X-Men because they got so many black characters. So either way,
Yeah.
the pay is a
So,
beast and sequential art. Yep. So Mark says, I need y'all's opinion. Mike, you got to tackle this one. Since comics have been in the modern age forever, I think we've been in the cover age since '93. I think we are graduating into the story age. Thoughts?
We've been calling it the modern age forever now. I don't know what you would reclassify things on now. I don't know if you would call it like the MCU era or the
postmodern.
yeah, because it's weird, and then it kind of cuts it off. Because I mean, even like we still look at books from like '93 as moderns, and that's 30 years ago, 31 years ago or so. So
Right.
it's an odd category, and I can't think of any other era that's ever lasted that long. Most of
No.
them 10 to 20 years at best. But yeah, I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't know. Someone actually should take the lead on that and just kind of story age sounds like a good one. I think something along the lines of tying in with the films because or the spec era or whatever you want to call it, I think would be a dope category of sorts. But it's weird. I don't know.
You know what I think is, you brought up the '90s, and so comics took a dive in the '90s. Excuse me, and they just came back kind of like where we're in a good, I would say, healthy space. Now, some people will say that comics are not doing as well as a lot of people think, but people are factoring in manga and they're factoring in trades, but not necessarily floppies.
Right.
I'm and this is just me. I'm kind of wishing that Marvel and DC would stop the floppy game and just go ahead and just do trades. And the reason being is because it's a lot of bread that we spend on these little books, right? And a lot of these books are not going to have any value. Now, I understand, to your point, Mike, these books that is coming out today, we don't know what the value is going to be on them in, say, 20 or 30 years. I'm kind of afraid for this generation, so to speak, because I don't see anything other than maybe Killadelphia, something's killing the children. But I don't really see any superhero stuff that they want to make a movie out of.
So I talk to people about this often. I think a lot of the books and stuff that we love today are from characters that came from like animated shows. So now we're adults and we're seeking back to go to those books and things that we watched as kids or that we loved before. So the moderns today are going to be the grails in tomorrow. So 10, 15, 20 years, maybe I think we'll see another boom. And don't get me wrong, I think we actually are in a healthy space. Yes, we did take a dive, but the majority of that was inflated, hyperinflated prices on books and sales on slabs, people coming into the hobby, all on speculation, trying to, cash out on certain films or whatever. And a lot of them are upside down now. So to them, yes,
Yes.
the hobby is in a bad space. But if you look at some of the prices on certain books that were, like I said, we seen a Blade, Tomb of Dracula 10 that was trending at around like for 9.8, which is not a cheap price, for about 17 grand on eBay, probably in 2016, 2017, 18, and around now the price is, I want to say, trending around like 20 grand. So at a steady, healthy pace, I mean, it is moving up a little bit. So I think we're actually on a better trajectory than we were pandemic prices or whatever. As far as superheroes being picked up down the line, I think we're underestimating the power of all these films that are going through. So you have a lot of kids that are growing up through this MCU era, DCU era,
Yeah.
that's been raised on nothing but just
the movies.
Bangers, yeah, superheroes just back to back to back. When they get of age, I think they'll have their own money, and then they'll start to go back and say, hey, I went to go watch Iron Man with my dad. I went to go, watch Wonder Woman films with my dad and mom and everything like that. And I think they'll start to, break those pockets a little bit and spend a little money. So,
well, based on that, Mike, they won't know who Blue Marvel and Brother Voodoo are because they haven't hit the MCU yet.
True.
No.
But I mean,
Not
that's
unless-
the theory.
well,
Go ahead, Angel.
that the younger generation, though, there are going to be a few that the parents are teaching them about the heroes of old. Because in my house, that's how it goes. Like, even though like my daughter collects what she likes, as we come across conversations of different stuff, or she sees different collectibles of mine, I am telling her those backstories. So there is going to be a small niche of the younger generation that will know those older heroes because we're teaching it.
Yep. And I think someone like Miles Morales is going to be big as can be in 10, 20 years.
Yes, huge.
Every kid knows who Miles Morales is. A lot of them look at Miles Morales as the Spider-Man, the same way we kind of look at John Stewart as the Green Lantern. And I think that will kind of continue on. So there will be a few that'll carry over. Of course, manga and anime is thriving, is big. I'm a fan as well. But I think that just comes with the territory of what's dope out there right now. So
yeah.
Hey, there's another question from
go ahead.
Go on.
No,
well, there's kind of changing topics a little bit. Frustrated made an interesting point here. In Sabretooth Origins book, they said that Sabretooth and Wolverine had this endless battle, and a lot of it stems from their past. They don't remember what keeps drawing them to each other.
Yeah.
So it's bad when you have beef with somebody, you can't remember why, but you're beefing.
Time to have a toxic relationship. Here's the thing. One thing about toxic relationship, you can say what you want about toxic relationship, but they never lack passion.
No.
And we have Paul back.
That's why some people can't have a really good relationship. I want the bad guy, I want the bad girl because, the passion. They ain't good for me, but I like it.
The Wolverine Origins, the 1 through 6 series that came out in around like 2005 or 4 or something like that. It gave a great backstory onto like their relationship growing up and stemming off from Wolverine's dad, and took you through the line. Like that was the first time I found out that Wolverine's claws are actually like bones instead of like, added in. So if you go back and check that series, it's like a 1 through 6 series. It's the Wolverine origin, not with an S on it, it's just the origin. It'll give you a nice backstory into why Wolverine and Sabretooth
and actually there's 2 series. There's the Wolverine origin you're talking about, and then there's Wolverine Origin 2.
Yeah.
And there's the Origins story as well. So no doubt.
Amir's making the point, definitely not enough groundbreaking stories for all these floppies. So I think you're saying quality to floppy count is kind of low. And then also, and most stories miss deadline.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a different measuring stick for Marvel and DC missing stories versus maybe an indie, an indie label. We'd like to see everybody put stories out on time and on a regular basis, but those indies are doing a whole lot more for themselves. That you have a lot more infrastructure to handle for the big 2.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will say this: it's not all the stories are trash on them floppies. Like you said, Brian Hill's doing an amazing job. Rodney Barnes is out there killing it. He's about to pick up another Star Wars series.
All of the thing with Rodney Barnes is fire.
Killadelphia is probably one of the dopest stories ever, and not have high hopes it's going to actually get greenlit and make it to replace The Walking Dead eventually. But if you haven't read Killadelphia, check it.
Is Killadelphia getting enough acclaim?
I don't think it is.
Or do you think
I don't think it is. I think it's probably, like I said, the best story out there right now.
You know what's funny though?
Considering it's up for an Eisner and didn't win, the answer is no. It's not getting enough claim.
No. I think here's the issue. I think with Killadelphia, I think that Killadelphia is kind of in that line to your point, Derek, to replace The Walking Dead. Because you got to remember, when The Walking Dead was doing comic books, it was kind of the same thing. It was a cult following. The Walking Dead, as a comic book, had a cult following. They were able to green light it, right? And then when it showed up on screen, that book literally took off. Even by that time, by the time it got to the big screen and it got a couple seasons in or whatever, they ended it because it was like 183, 189, or how many issues it was. And so I think it's going to have that same kind of response to it. When people see this on screen, they're gonna love it
if it's done well.
Yeah,
if it's done well.
But that's the thing, though. I think it's going to do well because this is a guy who is in the industry, who this is his baby. It's not like he's going to put this in somebody's hands and he's just got to let them rock with it. Well, I think he's going to, he'll sit on it and he'll hold it until he gets the ideal situation. So it's not like Rodney Barnes isn't in the industry. This is the guy who's done Everybody Hates Chris, The Boondocks, Wu-Tang Saga. He knows his way around a camera and the industry itself.
American Gods, and The Runaways also. Winning Time. How could we forget that? And also, he's executive producer on Heels, which is on Showtime. A whole lot of stuff he's been involved in.
Incredible, Falcon.
No, we talking about the
shows, TV shows,
not the book stuff. Yeah, that's
Boondocks.
So Mark Robinson is saying if Killadelphia is greenlit, collectors will go nuts. So he's actively working on his show. He had even made had some of the casting done.
Yeah, it's in pre-production already.
Yeah, but what we don't know is what network or when, or who the cast might be. So we're just kind of hanging out, just like we are with Bitterroot as well. We know we've heard there's gonna be a show that's made. It's just a matter of time, right? And
I feel like it has to follow on AMC. It has to follow in The Walking Dead's footsteps. I mean, that show is kind of drying up, run to the end. It'll be a perfect lane to replace, like, perfect audience that'll follow right through. And if you follow Rodney Barnes, all he talks about now is horror stuff. Every post, every live, he's talking about different horror stories. So it's kind of like he's building it up or working it up to us.
Yeah.
Dominic Smith saying, "Did we hear about Oakland Vampires? Think it's going to be a knockoff of Killadelphia."
Oakland Vampires.
Is that a baseball team?
Right, because I never heard of it.
No, I haven't heard of it.
But go back to Mark Robinson's comment. He says if Killadelphia gets greenlit, collectors will go nuts. Here's the thing: the collectors that don't have the books are gonna go nuts because they're gonna be mad that they don't have them.
Right.
These books are not in the stores like that. You might be able to pick up an issue here or there, but most of these books are in the collector's hands already.
Yeah, sold out everywhere.
Will they be worth a little bread? Absolutely. But, it's going to be hard for them to like track this stuff down because these books are just not, out there like that. And I think a lot of people got to the Killadelphia train late because Herschel could tell you, I screamed Killadelphia for a good 6 months to a year before he would even really, really acknowledge it.
Yep.
I was like, this is the book, bro.
And I will add too, the way he's setting it up is more of a universe.
Yep.
So not only should you be seeking out Killadelphia books, you should be seeking out Nita Hall's Nightmare too, because I think that's going to be a slight little spinoff that he can include in there and run in
that's the story. Yeah, he needs to go on and bring that back. I'm tired of waiting on that to come back.
What we've witnessed over the last few years is a burgeoning base of Black horror comics between Rodney Barnes and what Brian Hawkins is doing and what Second Sight Comics is doing. There really is this untapped genre for Black horror that's really starting to take root. and grow. Let's go back to that comment by Behind the Scene. Can we go back? Ryan Coogler's new movie is about black vampires fighting the KKK with Michael B. Jordan. Could be a test run for a Killadelphia TV show. I don't understand how Ryan Coogler could do a movie like that and not be aware of what Rodney Barnes is doing and just simply work with Rodney Barnes on that, because that's such a similar genre and storyline that it would just make sense for him to, instead of doing his own project, to just partner with Rodney Barnes and basically.
You know what? Look, you being nice. Keep him away from Black Panther. If you want to go do something about vampires fighting the Klan, go handle that. Do that, bruh. Just don't come back to Black Panther. Wow. Just unless y'all gonna recast it. Other than that, stay where you are.
I thought that went without saying. Like, I wasn't trying to cut off the brother's revenue and this mess up his bag. Yes, Ryan Coogler does not need to do any more Black Panther. He's done what he needs to do on that. He's still a fine filmmaker. There's just other things he can do. It's just with this, for what he's doing, because I think this movie he's working on is also supposed to take place in the past, like the 20s or 30s or something like that. This could have been a prequel to Killadelphia. I mean, I don't know. There's a better opportunity for helping out other creators and bonding it together, and they could have done something brilliant together. Just thought it was a missed opportunity, in my opinion.
I think he also might be just tied in. I know a lot of people were kind of snatching him up and putting him on contracts for certain films. I know Marvel was. So.
Yeah.
Now y'all about to get this Wakanda Tales of Wakanda. That's what y'all about to get.
Oh.
Yeah. Just on the topic of Killadelphia, if you do believe that these books are going to go up in value, and you just want to know what's out there to get and what are the key issues, we did do a show on Killadelphia and going over the top issues and top keys for that. So check that out on our channel.
Killadelphia Spec Show.
Yeah. Hey, behind the scene, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. You know what? This is our first super chat of the night. So get that rolling.
Thank you, behind the scene. R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman, recast the show.
What's up, Herschel?
Do it, Lewis.
Hey, Ryan Coogler did his thing there, though.
Mm-hmm. Alika Spain says, but it sounds like he's infringing on Bitterroot a little bit, but with vampires and Harriet Tubman, the Vampire Slayer. Were you talking about the vampires in Oakland? I'm guessing a vampire in Oakland, maybe?
Oakland.
All I know is that we have seen a number of pictures of Rodney Barnes having lunch with David Crownson of Kingswood Comics, Harriet Tubman, Demons, Vampire Slayer. One would think that there is a possible collaboration going on there. Harriet Tubman takes place in the past. It's quite possible to tie those two genres, those two universes together, with Harriet Tubman being a prequel to the Killadelphia verse. And then what Rodney Barnes is doing with Spawn and Savage Dragon.
Yes.
It's just, there's so many possibilities for that universe, man. I would love to see all these creators get together and just do something big. Go big or go home, man. I always think we should not limit ourselves and try to just go big.
So what do you think about this comment?
But Rodney.
Herschel is if you don't know, Herschel is the BCL.
I fell for the troll.
He is the BCL troll. I'm surprised that our producer would go ahead and post a blatantly trollish comment meant to incite discussion It's not something I'm into, but you know.
Yeah, Herschel, you just earned this. All right.
Oh Lord.
Frustrated had a good comment there where he said, "Well, Nita Halls is currently in Killadelphia right now. I think the book will come back once her story arc is over in Killadelphia."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah.
She's on a hiatus for a little bit too.
And that's why I mentioned for folks out there that's still tracking down Philadelphia books, the prices are a little higher on those, but the Nita Hall Nightmare books are available. So
yeah, I mean, I think
Right.
what a great way to spin off Nita Hawes into another volume would be to run with the whole Blackula storyline, where Nita Hawes is basically sort of Blackula's emissary in the real world, you know, because she's already kind of taken that role within the comics.
Mhm.
He already has that. He got the kids that was in the Blackula book, Return of the King.
Yeah, I mean, I think
He's got kids.
Nita Hawes fits in well into the Blackula verse very well.
But the problem with that would be, is it would pull the focus off of her and her brother. So that's what the story is really about.
Right.
Can I get your opinion on something on Nita Halls? Her stories are kind of sensational because she's always facing a really big bad demon, and I would be okay just to see some normal, you know, a few issues where she's just doing her thing with normal ghost, you know,
Right.
and solving some things there, as opposed to something really big and existential, which is what she's usually facing.
I think that would be good if, but the question becomes, because the way Rodney writes, he writes these story arcs to be kind of 5-6 issues, whatever. Could you stretch out a story like that? And I can see you maybe doing some one shots in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. Once
But with a big bad or whatever, you're gonna want to know the history, kind of like that first story arc. That was that story was almost perfect.
Yeah.
If I had to give it a number of 10, I got to get at a 9.9. That Howland Henry story was amazing. And so, but to write that story, it literally took that many issues to do it. So a one shot for these, like you said, kind of what he does on his podcast would be kind of cool. You know, Rodney Barnes has a podcast called Run Food. And he talks, and it's about different horror characters, the horror stories or urban legends around the country that people follow.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty good.
It's really
So Mark,
it's
I'll
really
clarify. What I mean by normal ghost is, it could be a ghost, but not a demon. If it is a demon, it's not like the king demon, just a minor demon. You know.
Wow, that explanation was wanting.
Hopefully,
Well, Herschel just becoming a, you know, Herschel like the drunk dude in the barbershop that just blurt out stuff.
Oh.
Why didn't he just jump in here?
Because
he will.
Oh Lord, you guys keep feeding the troll, man, and like surprised at what you get. Just
but back to Mike's point, you can find some Nita Hall's books at a really good price. I got this one a few weeks ago, and it wasn't that expensive, but it has historically been.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for pointing that out.
But it's not one of the slabbed ones, though.
Come on, man.
I still need that cover too.
But you do?
Do you understand how hard it is to get that cover?
It's a tough one.
I got 2 of the slabs though.
See?
Oh,
see? Mike, what just happened, Mike? What just happened, Mike?
They between Herschel's trolling and Derek's flexing, Paul, they got you, bro.
These guys are just literally just trying to trigger me. It's like they conspire against me.
They have some of the dopest homage covers though, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially that one.
All right.
Yep.
So, Paul, we were waiting for you before we kind of jumped into, I guess, upcoming comics. Is there anything in the upcoming that you want to spotlight for the chat?
I'm not logged in.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Hey, at least he didn't take the rest of us off too. So
Right.
there's that.
That was the other one.
That's funny.
Paul will be back.
Herschel did that.
I just logged myself out. I'm not logged in, so you have to bring up the page for me.
Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Let me.
Yeah, Mark, that's what we were thinking. Nita Halls could just be rolled in. I think she would actually work pretty well as a spinoff, just independent.
Yep.
Okay, I'll share my page. My network was really bad when I tried to share earlier, but we'll see if it's any better now.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really slow.
Yeah, the storms up here are no joke.
There we go.
All right, so let's. This is what came out this week. This is what came out this week.
Yeah, this is for this week.
It says
We
today.
have Dead X-Men #4, which has Prodigy and Frenzy in it. This Green Lantern cover for Green Lantern War Journal #8 is dope. Green Lantern's wearing his new uniform. This cover B by Raza. Look, Raza is just one of the best cover artists out there.
Yeah, that's the one I got. The third one.
Yeah, that Raza cover is crazy. That is crazy looking.
I love cardstock too.
Yeah,
it's like one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean,
name
the top 3.
Cardstock.
Huh?
Question about cardstock, Mike. What's your experience getting cardstock graded?
That's a good question, Mike. I think you're muted.
You usually get a higher grade with cardstock, so every card or 9.99 or 10.0 that I have are usually cardstock books, so you fare a lot better. And as Jay Malik has pointed out to us too last week, he basically said that your best bet on getting the high grade comes from a cardstock book, and he pointed out the fact that it's because of the spine.
Yeah,
the fact that it's a little thicker and the paper doesn't split there on cardstock. That gives you more of a chance to get the 9.9s that they're speaking about rolling out a lot more. So,
the Green Lantern War Journal #8 also has the cover by Montos, who's the interior artist. So that's cool. Spider-Man Miles Morales #19. This is basically Miles Morales issue number 301. This is the second longest self-titled Black superhero character of all time after Spawn. If you read issue 300, you know big things happened. Huge crossover with a bunch of black characters, which was kind of cool, and a tragic ending, which is being explored more in this particular issue. No spoilers. Moon Man #2. Yeah.
Paul, there was a question from KLA The Wandering. Thanks for joining us, KLA The Wandering. Dead X-Men, what's the story about, if anybody's willing to say?
So a lot of X-Men died in the what do you call it? The Hellfire Gala.
Hellfire Gala.
What?
Hellfire Gala.
The Hellfire Gala of 2024. A lot of X-Men died. I mean, literally, what I've been complaining about to Marvel in my trolling of Marvel, the little trolling I do is usually against Marvel and DC. I like, particularly Marvel. I'm like trolling them constantly about, you guys claim you're this and yet you don't do this. It's very simple fix. Please do what you can do, and they ignore me for the most part. But I trolled Marvel and said, hey, I triple dog dare you to put 3 X-Men on one squad and violate the McDuffie rule, right?
3 black X-Men, right?
Dog dare you. Put 3 black X-Men on an X-Men squad in violation of the McDuffie rule. I dare you to do it. They did it. They did it. They did it in the X-Men Hellfire Gala 2024 issue for one panel. One panel. They said, introducing the new X-Men, and they had Sync, Frenzy, and Prodigy. 3 black X-Men on the same damn squad. I remember seeing that page, turning that page and seeing that, and I was like, oh my God, Marvel actually did it. Shout out to Marvel. Turn the page. Bam! They all died.
Oh man.
They trolled. That's a big troll.
Marvel not only listened to what I said, they trolled me, stuck the middle finger at me, and said, you wanted it? We gave it to you. And killed them all.
Now they're dead.
Now they're dead.
Yep.
So now in Dead X-Men, they're bringing them back. Although Sync kind of didn't die. But certainly Frenzy and Prodigy died. So Frenzy and Prodigy on this team with a bunch of other X-Men who were dead, and now they're being brought back in this series. So that's all I will say on what Dead X-Men is all about.
So there we have it.
Moon Man #2. Now this is a series with Kid Cudi as a co-writer of this series. Everyone loved the first issue. It had some of the dopest covers I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Sci-fi series with an air of mystery, bit of a family aspect of it as well. The first issue was really good. I haven't read the second issue; just came out today, and I'm curious to see how where you go from here. It's been like 3 months since the first issue came out, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So I think this might be one of those series that only gets released every quarter, which is a shame. But yeah, next issue of Moon Man. Spawn. We're just off of the Spawn series where we just had the highest grossing Spawn of all time, 350, and then we're on 352. Spectacular Spider-Man #2. I really didn't want to like this book. The first issue, because I'm like, I collect enough comics already. I have Miles Morales series. I don't need another Miles Morales series with Spider-Man. And it's actually good. And I might be forced to keep collecting this. I haven't read issue #2. I hope it sucks, honestly, so I don't have to buy any further issues.
No, you don't.
The first issue was actually pretty good. I didn't think it would be. Star Trek #19 is probably one of the highest rated and regarded Star Trek series and comic books of all time. Don't believe me? Read the book. It's a good series. Mace Windu, the blackest Star Wars comic of all time. We're the Black Comic Lords. We're supposed to be supporting Black creators, Black comics, Black comic characters. And this is the blackest Star Wars book of all time. The writer, the artist, the inker, the colorist, the characters are all black in a Star Wars book.
Not all black.
Started out with only Lando Calrissian and Empire Strikes Back, and now we're here. Started at the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Continuing with my rants on how Star Trek is the black comic books that no one ever pays attention to, is Star Wars: The High Republic Saber for Hire, which is a Jedi who has turned into a bit of a monster hunter mercenary. I forget her name, but this is like the second volume. Ty Yorick is her name.
Ty Yorick. Yep.
Ty Yorick. This is her second series. And remember, all of these Star Wars books that Marvel does, Dark Horse does, all these Star Wars books, they're canon, which means everything you see here could possibly show up in a television series or movie someday.
The Acolyte is actually coming out here, in May or June?
Mike, one of the things I appreciate about you, Mike, is you're one of the few people like me who recognizes the importance of these Star Wars series. I appreciate that, bro. You're the first one to call out the Sana Starros series and her first appearance. You understand what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of those High Republic books, especially I want to say it's #3.
Speak on it, Mike.
and number 5 were like key books that you want to get. A lot of them will pop into that Alkali series, or at least
say that last part again, Mike.
5 and 3
are going to pop into what?
The Acolyte.
Acolyte series coming out.
It comes out, I think, May or June, within the next couple months. So it'll be the next big show that'll pick up after they drop the X-Men. Once X-Men kind of dies off, they usually go back and forth. So
I just hope that is good, because if it sucks, it ain't gonna matter what you got in your collection.
Wow.
for sure.
Shout out to the ads. Shout out to the ads we have on this page. Can't get rid of them fast enough.
I don't hit the X. The X is right there. Click on the X.
Yeah. It
I
takes
think-
a while for it to pop up though.
I think it's gonna be a good series though. It's taking place, hundreds of years before the Jedi, and
Yeah.
it seems to have a more serious tone to it. So
The Old Republic. If you're a video gamer, you know that Star Wars: The Old Republic was that game. It was not only that game; it was that storyline that really is an unexplored section of the Star Wars universe before, A New Hope and Phantom Menace and all that stuff, hundreds of years before in the past. That's where Star Wars is really, really, really interesting. Seeing the origins of the Jedi, seeing the origins of the Sith, seeing the origins of the Force. If you really want to get into the High Republic books, both the novels and the comics, the origins of the Force is where they're going to go at some point.
Yep.
But
Just rolling back quickly to Moon Man. NBA Live Girl says it was just pushed
Series.
back. It's a monthly.
It
Sorry,
may
Angel.
be a monthly series, but it hasn't been out last month.
guess what? It's got more issues on the cover than Milestone.
Wow.
Wow.
Hold on, Rich.
That's hardcore. Tuskers #3 is a series about poachers. I got the first issue. I don't really know much about it beyond that, but support Black Indies. Scroll down a bit. Mr. Producer, sir. Derek, wake up. There you are. Ultimate Black Panther #2. What is that? Someone getting a phone call? That sounds like someone's going to call on Facebook. All right.
It does sound like someone's getting a
Ignore
call.
that.
But
Ultimate Black
Are
Panther.
you sure it wasn't your smoke detector, Paul?
Wow. I have fixed that, sir. Do not blaspheme.
They
Cult of Bass needs to replace the battery.
Stop buying them Rayovac batteries.
I use Amazon batteries. Thank you very much. Ultimate Black Panther #2 second print has 2 issues of second print. 2 issues of second print. So that's kind of interesting. And now, as I said before, we've been announced that there's a 4th print of issue #1. Issue #3 I haven't read yet. Rich mentioned it before. You've got Storm and Killmonger being introduced with T'Challa and some interaction between T'Challa and Killmonger. Killmonger is actually portrayed as looking like he's younger than T'Challa, so that's kind of an interesting dynamic as well.
It don't matter. It don't count. Remember, it don't count.
It doesn't technically count, but
Doesn't
at least from
it doesn't count.
From the sense of I wish to have stories about the Black Panther that entertain me and not make me want to cringe.
I'm gonna start calling y'all. I'm gonna start just sifting y'all. I'm gonna call y'all 616ist.
no.
But isn't the new Fantastic Four going to be in the Ultimate Universe?
Is there going to be an Ultimate Fantastic
I believe
Four
so. I believe so. I know there's an Ultimate Avengers. There's I do believe that there's going to be an Ultimate Fantastic Four too.
The Ultimate Fantastic Four of the Ultimate Universe back in the day was the best, arguably the best of the Ultimate series initially. Ultimate Fantastic Four was that book. I do not like a Fantastic Four. Never been a Fantastic Four fan, but I enjoyed the Ultimate Fantastic Four series. It was really well done. Final shout out to Concrete Comics. Zuriel #1. Let me click on that, Mr. Producer. After a long hiatus, Zuriel returns to the streets. While on the hunt for a missing person, she uncovers something truly disturbing Has her absence led to an overflow of supernatural activity? Can she restore order, or is it already too late? So we've got a supernatural character who's wielding a supernatural pistol, revolver, kind of a Jonah Hex style or Ghost Rider style. I haven't read this book. I've got it on pre-order. Should be shipped to me next week. I'm looking forward to reading the latest issue from Concrete Comics. So shout out to Derek Allen, aka Lonzo Starr, at Concrete Comics for releasing yet another dope series. I wish nothing but Concrete Comics the best in their endeavors. So those are our reads of the week.
Yep.
All right. Paul, do you want to do the FOC or?
You can jump ahead to the May 17th week.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Go jump 1 month ahead.
17th.
So these should be the books coming up on FOC this weekend.
So just quickly for the audience,
Just
explain what
quickly,
FOC is, just in case.
Just scroll through the images there. Spider-Man, Spawn, Red
But
Hood, the
FOC
Hill
is
#4.
But FOC is the final order cutoff. So if you want to order this book and you want that order to actually make a difference in the life of that series, you need to order it before the final order cutoff. So these are the books that the cutoff is nearing. Place these orders if you want these books, if you want more of this series.
Accomplishes a couple things. One, it's your vote that these books should come out. That these books, the publishers look at those pre-orders that you do before the FOC, and that's your vote that these are books that the publisher should continue to invest in. They should continue to pay these creators to keep making books like this. So if you want to complain about, well, how come I don't have more books like this? This is the reason why. Pre-order your books before the FOC and give your vote to the publishers to keep making these particular types of books. And at the same time, help to support these creators that make these books.
Yes.
And on top of it all, from a financial standpoint, if you pre-order before the FOC, a lot of LCSs will give you a significant discount for doing
Yes,
so.
they do.
If you go to Midtown Comics or mycomics.com, that discount is like 35% off the cover price.
Yeah. And the more FOCs that are ordered, the greater the likelihood that they're going to order additional books beyond what they received as FOCs as well. So
Right.
It all just helps to, keep that series alive.
And
All right, Paul. Thanks.
And get you fourth printings, like on Ultimate
Yes.
Dark Mother.
For books that don't count.
All
In
right.
the 616s.
Or you could be like Rich, who overpays for his books because he refuses to pre-order.
616s.
All right. And complains about, I'm not paying $5.99 on the book. Well, I'm like, Rich, I didn't pay $5.99. I paid $3.89. Why? Because I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, it only took you 2 weeks to get the book.
Ooh, 2 weeks. I had to wait 2 weeks so I could pay 35% less and invest in more comics.
Like, yeah, Paul, let's talk about this. I can't. Why not? Oh, I haven't got my books yet. Okay.
That's fine. I can miss out on some FOMO so I can have a discount and invest in more books that I can read.
Speaking of investment, Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1.
Let's just finish this page real quick. Derek, go ahead and scroll down the rest of the page.
Scroll down.
Godzilla minus.
Derek, scroll
May
down.
3rd.
What?
Got
What's
Star
that?
Trek, more Mace Windu, more High Republic, Suicide Squad, Dream Team. If you're an Amanda Waller fan, I highly recommend the Suicide Squad Dream Team book that also has her nephew, Deadeye, in it. Good series. So those are books that are for FOC.
You know what? I mean, why would they name a character Deadeye? I mean, you got Deadshot, Deadeye.
They gave up. They gave up on being creative.
Clearly. Let's see. We want something with dead in it. Dead now.
Deadpool.
Nah. Dead finger. Yeah. How about Deadeye?
Dead finger.
Right. That's one of them don't do cocaine in the bathroom situations too. ladies and gentlemen.
Don't even know what that means, but that doesn't sound.
Yo, we just mentioned it though. Godzilla -1 is coming to stream. It's going to be Amazon Prime on May the 5th.
Which
When is that?
version?
May what?
The color one or the black and white one?
May 2nd, right?
The black and white and color version. You can be able to watch both.
Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah.
Both.
May 3rd,
Okay.
it'll be on Prime. You'll be
So
able to see
Paul
it
will
on
finally
Prime.
Paul will finally be able to see that movie then.
I've already watched the movie. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. It took
And
you
you didn't
long
talk
enough.
about it. Why you didn't tell us? You didn't want us to know that
Because
you enjoyed it?
if I talked about it, I'd be like, "Oh, well, you finally saw it, Paul. It took you."
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right. Like we're doing you right now. Just like you do. You finally
Go get a
saw
late
it. Go
pass.
get a late pass.
See,
Finally
I
saw
was
it.
saving myself the
Paul,
trauma.
for a $15 million budget movie, what'd you think?
No, I thought it was very well done for a $15 million movie. I enjoyed that movie thoroughly,
Oh, man,
and
it
it
was
really hits
amazing.
home the fact that it literally embarrassed the MCU because for $15 million, not
Yeah.
200, not $300 million, they did a movie that was engaging in both story, in both the acting and the special effects. Hollywood really needs to reevaluate itself, honestly.
Yeah.
They're not
Because
going.
you know what? Have you ever go on Netflix and watch some of those movies from Bollywood? There's like action films from Bollywood, from India. And those guys do high caliber films. A lot of
Yeah, they
films
do.
from Korea, from Japan, from China, action films, sci-fi films. Don't have the big budgets that Hollywood has,
No,
and these
they're
really good
brilliant.
quality films.
Yes, I agree.
Hollywood really needs to reevaluate how they do business, honestly.
Yeah.
No, they're too much
agreed.
of a fat cat and too lazy to change anything. Everything is
It's a formula, right?
We've always done it this way. You know those kind of people.
They're gonna look.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling y'all just go to YouTube. You'll go to Tubi or go to Amazon Prime. Because on Amazon Prime, you can get movies like, the rapper who got shot in the heel. You can get that. You get that. The lady who saw the baby on the highway. You can get that.
Okay.
Hey, they're real movies too on Tubi. It was just insane.
Louisiana Kid, congratulations. Where did you, if I can ask, where did you get your copy of War of the Independence? For those who don't know, this is the book he's talking about here. I'm gonna hide I'm gonna hide the grade. I'll just show the cover, so Paul doesn't get upset. This is the book he's talking about.
I already saw it as a 9.6, dude. Come on, stop.
Shout out to Larry Stroman on the cover there.
Shout out to Larry Stroman. Yeah, let us know where you got that from.
That is funny.
And what? Oh, so speaking of shows, has anybody watched Fallout yet?
Yes, I enjoyed that series.
That show, I don't know. I'm still trying to digest, but I didn't really know what it was about. I just happened to turn it on. It engages you right away.
Right away.
The writing, the set. I'll call it the set design, even though you can't really call it a set because it's much more than just a set, right?
Right.
Everything about it just sucks you right in.
Right.
And I'm enjoying that show.
And if you ever played any other game, it's pretty spot on as far as likeness or whatever.
Is it really?
Video game. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's all based off a video game. So
I got it off eBay. He said he got it off eBay.
Now, next question, Louisiana Kid, how much did you pay for it?
Well, I guess I can find that if I really want to.
How much?
Rich is flexing. Okay.
Rich is flexing because I called him out for not having the book,
Rich.
and he claimed that he had it, and he didn't really have it, and ran out to the store and got it.
The whole series got a tie-in. War and Independence tie-in.
Very nice.
And two of them twins.
for those who don't know, that cover has the most black independent superheroes on one cover at one time.
Not even just independent,
just black period.
Superheroes, period.
Mm-hmm.
Both on the cover and in the interior of the book itself.
190. That's not.
He says he got for 190.
At least for now. Shout out to Tony Cottrell and all the artists of Epiphany Engine.
Mm-hmm.
The gauntlet has been thrown down, sir.
Epiphany Engine. Well, I guess I can pull that up quickly.
Yeah,
Hold on a
Tiffany
minute.
Engine is gonna be
Still
good.
waiting on the promo. As we mentioned that, I got a message that we might have a new promo
Pull
to
this off.
play.
Ooh,
Let me
nice.
check
Oh,
to
really?
see if we have it.
Can we get paid? Can we get paid?
Wow.
So
I ain't listen to all of
while he's
the
working on this,
creators out there. There it is.
so for those who don't know, Epiphany Engine is a new graphic
Yep.
novel that is coming out. It is a
Yep.
collaboration across many
Oh snap!
indie black comic companies merging their IP together for this one title. So if you don't know about it yet, check out their Kickstarter page. Once again, Epiphany Engine is supposed to be coming out this summer. So
Juneteenth.
yeah,
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, absolutely.
Derek,
Juneteenth.
sir,
Yes, Paul. Mhm.
can you please go to our Gmail account and pull up the email that just got dropped with our new promo to play? It's literally the last email in our account.
Got it. All right, let me download this and I'll play it in just a minute.
Promo for what?
You'll find out in a
Epiphany
second, man. Be patient,
Man, I ain't got time to be patient.
like a kid on Christmas.
Time
No,
is
I
money.
want to know too. Like, what's happening?
You all have to wait. Just wait. My slow
Time-
internet
time-
tonight.
I got
Time
some
is money.
I got some buys that I got this past month or so I can fill the time.
Show us what you got. Show us what you got.
All right, so these are all
Hold on, pause.
Yep.
Mike, is that a Super Slabs hat?
Yep.
You got merch?
Yep.
You have
Shout out
merch
to my
there?
guy Swim Indy who printed this for me. He printed my static hat and shirts and everything.
You have a static hat and shirt?
Yep.
Well,
It's a guy. He has I'll tag his YouTube page on my story, but he has his own print press, everything like that. He makes hats, shirts, you name it, bags, whatever you need. He's willing to deal with anybody. And
why is it I have to inquire as to your merch, sir? Why have you not already let us know about it?
Hey, I will get you one actually.
Come on, man. I
got
would enjoy having the Super Slabs merch. That's dope.
Swim Indy is the guy. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. You can search it. Swim Printed. It might come up as Swim Indy. So.
All right. So what you got, Mike?
I switched lanes a little bit because the books I'm after I can't find right now. So I've been after the '90s Marvel cards. So I don't know if you can look glare there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Storm one. This is number 24. I don't know if this is like the original 90s card series that came out, so there's just a few of them.
Right.
So
Is that a 10?
I see those all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of just pass over, and I said, you know what, I'll actually add them because I kind of like to have just additions with like my books. So
right,
this will pair well with my giant size X-Men and Funkos and whatnot or whatever. So that's Storm. Then a Black Panther.
Yeah, I've seen that one a few times.
I think I might have that particular card.
This one's number 20 out there. So if you remember, this is back in the day where they would show, all their stats and everything on the back side.
All those stats have been retconned, by the way.
For sure.
Black Panther is super powered. He is not simply a peak human. He is super powered.
Yes.
It's been retconned.
Correct.
Retcon. And then my main man, Power Man. Oh, sorry.
Power Man has also been retconned. His power, his deadlift weight has been increased tremendously.
They gave him a significant power increase. And this one right here is number 12. So anyone ever out there looking? And then this is actually their rookie card. It's the New Warriors.
Ooh.
So I got it for Night Thrasher in particular. This one's card number 85. And like I said, it's their rookie card for anybody who
That
cares
is
to know.
something I would very much like to have in my collection if I don't already have it.
And they're I mean pretty affordable in Raw. You can get the whole sets in Raw pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm trying to build a nice Night Thrasher collection.
Night Thrasher's that dude. He's my guy.
So I definitely had to have his rookie card. So instead of them calling them like first appearances as far as cards, because obviously they appeared in the books already, they would just call them rookie cards. So all of these are rookie cards.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
And Frustrated's talking about the homage covers that are being done based on the cards. Like I don't know many of them, but I know the one for
they just did one
for Black Panther number 3 in the run that shall not be named.
Watch
last
yourself.
one is
Watch yourself now, Derek.
Just a Black Panther. This
oh man!
So this one's not graded.
That's a really nice one.
Mike, I'll give you $5 for that right now.
Wow. Thank God.
I think you're gonna need a little more bread.
Give me a cash app, man. I will cash app you right now.
I think I'll find you one. I think it's gonna cost you a prettier penny than 5. But
yes.
Hey, can I show you guys something I picked up quickly?
Hold on. This is the damn.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
trading card variant that just came out last week on Storm.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Paul, you got beat. Amir,
Exactly.
550.
Oh, okay.
We might need to do a live auction show.
You want to try to outbid me, dude?
Hey, I need to show you my pickup, my recent pickup. Look at this. This, Paul, you're gonna be really jealous. Churro flavored Oreos. Good gracious.
Churro.
Bro, did you just put that on screen?
Yep.
Did you just put that on screen?
Oreo's been dropping some flavors, man.
I'm flexing on the Oreos now.
This is what we've gone to now. Look at Rich. Rich is bored out of his mind right now. He's fools.
I'm waiting on this email that you talking about.
Oh, okay. Are we ready? We ready?
Yes, we're ready, man. Come on.
All right, hold on a moment.
I've been waiting like 4 months for this damn video.
Let's go.
Look.
All right.
If y'all don't go to Atlanta Comic-Con,
here we go.
Don't be a fan later.
What does that even mean?
Don't be a fan later. Because when it's done, come August 19th, when people are posting their pictures and their videos as to how spectacular the event it was, you were warned.
Shout out to Ron Flood and Greg.
We have told you in advance. This is the event of the year. This is the event of the year.
I heard someone's going to have a nice panel session going on there.
Where the Black Comic Lords are going to be moderating some of these panels. Look, this is history making, and you can be there, or you cannot, but don't be a fan later. That's all I gotta say. You were warned.
And Mark, thank you for the warning as well.
Mark Robinson, Oreos, diabetes in a bag. Wow.
All right. So.
Yeah.
Where'd you find these Oreos, Derek?
These I found at my local grocery store, Harris Teeter. But
your local Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah, but you cannot find them. You cannot find them on the aisle where the cookies are. You have to go to the frozen food section, and then they have a special little display where you can get the special Oreos.
The special diabetes causing Oreos.
Diabetes.
Yes.
I still have a Piggly Wiggly up here too.
That's what's
Piggly
up.
Wiggly.
Shout out to Piggly Wiggly.
I missed one card too. I meant to show y'all too. It was the last
Hold
one
on.
I had.
Let's
What
get
else
this
you got,
up
man?
here.
Make bike, make big.
Yeah.
Big Mike.
All right. This one is Cloak,
Ooh,
Oh
that's
wow.
nice.
number
I
50.
haven't had
That's
it
nice.
forever. Wow.
I don't know if you.
I gave you 6 for that one.
Mike, I'm up to 725.
725.
725 for that black.
You know what, Mike, please do not
Indulge
You know,
them.
No, and
no. I'm just saying, don't. They are being poor representatives of Black Comic Lords Incorporated. So
We
please
are
don't charge it to
fairly
their
with our
head.
boy. Do not be a hater.
They're a little touched in the head, so pay
Oh.
them no mind, Mike.
There's a few more I want to get out there. There's a second Storm. She has 2. And then there's an actual Night Thrasher solo one somewhere out there. So
Wow.
I just don't want to pay what they're offering on eBay right now.
I'm just saying. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yep.
Mike, I'm up to $7.50.
That's about it. Anyway.
And one more shout out for Mike's channel, Super Slabs Comics. Make sure just going out there right now, follow this link, click on it, like and subscribe, and check out his latest live show from this past weekend.
Yeah, Jay Mallett dropped a lot of game free.
Yeah, man, that CGG submission show that you did, that was dope, man. That was
for it to be my second live, most views I got, a lot of organic, just random folks just joined. So I thought it was pretty dope. And I said for the inside game that he gave away and tips about just the point of like not submitting modern books over or below a 8.5 was a jewel alone.
Yeah, that was facts.
So
yeah.
Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I'll follow back. So
that's what's up.
Right.
Nice.
So, we have anything else tonight?
Well, I wanted to go over the comic book giveaway because I'm gonna be naming.
Oh yes. All right.
I make book giveaway. That not me. That's Angel.
Yeah, we lost it for a minute.
No, one at a time, Angel. Don't throw them all up at one time.
Okay.
One at a time. There you go.
Okay. So Spawn 350 is one of the comic books.
That's dope cover right there.
This action comic.
1060.
Yes.
Is that a cosplay cover or is that?
That's art.
Is that just
that's
straight art?
It's art. That's art. It's 1059.
1059.
You know what it reminds me of? Yeah, keep going. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Vengeance of Moon Knight. It's a new series, and
shout out to Jed McKay. That's a dope series.
Yeah,
that's a really dope series. Jed McKay is killing Moon Knight right now. That's the cover right there.
Yeah,
that's the cover with my boy Howling Hunter's Moon.
So 1 and 2 is in there. This one I have like 3 or 4 of these comics, so I thought I'd throw that in there.
Oh wow.
So that is in there. And I got this because of the Green Lantern. Because
what issue number is that one?
This is issue 5. So whenever they have Justice League, they don't normally have
John Stewart.
Sorry, thank you. They don't normally have John Stewart on the cover, and I love that they threw him in there. So even though it's all the traditional John Stewart's in this one, this is a 1 in 10 foil of Spider-Man.
That's a double cover.
That's nice.
Artwork is just incredible. And then Captain.
Oh, that's nice.
I bought like 3 or 4 of them.
That's a pure cover buy because Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau is actually not an issue.
No, she's not in there, but that cover's still sick. And
did you see the Herschel variant of that cover? I might need to find that picture of the Herschel variant of that cover.
Hey, we got a super chat.
Yeah,
we
did.
Into the giveaway, you have to add Black Comic Lords on Instagram and follow the instructions.
Okay. So again, if you're interested in those books, you need to follow us on YouTube and Instagram and follow Angel's instructions from her Instagram.
The instructions are in the post.
Am I disqualified from this as well?
No,
I'm not
out of my private, so no, nobody's disqualified.
All right. I'm a unsubscribe and then resubscribe so I can qualify.
All right. Hey, Mark Robinson, I do appreciate the health tips. Thank you very much for the super chat, and thank you for your concern about my health and welfare. All right.
Derek, I see you still haven't got the damn extension cord for that on-air sign of yours behind your head.
No, I didn't plug it in. I guess I could have really had to.
Just get your damn extension cord.
About that light. Why don't you?
He wants me to light it up. Let's see.
I was there when he bought the damn thing and hung it up. He's like, "Should I put this on?" I was like, "Yeah, put it up, light it up." And he.
All right. Here we go.
A year ago.
Oh my god.
That is cords in
He
this.
literally is going to do that right now. All right.
And we get angle.
There we go. We are on
getting
air.
ready to go off the air. He's getting ready to cut it right back off.
Right.
That looks good. I want you to take a screenshot and give that to your wife who bought it for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Happy wife, happy life.
No, happy house, happy spouse.
Wow.
Because if Papa ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
Mark Robinson.
I'm just saying.
I need to find the Herschel.
That is not a Jerry curl, sir. That is officially Soul Glow.
Jerry curl. Call it a California curl, Soul Glow curl, Jerry curl.
That's just Soul Glow, man. It's just Soul Glow. It's not Jerry curl.
How far back do I have to go to find the Herschel variant of that book? Because he had me fooled. I thought it was real.
Why are you feeding the troll? Why are you feeding the troll?
Angel, you reacted the same way, right? You didn't know it was fake, did you?
Yeah, I was like, no, I didn't get that. I didn't see that in there. Like several shops. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I got it. I got it. So Angel, show that cover again. The Captain Marvel. Okay. Now, here's
the dope cover.
Here's the Herschel troll version of that. Hold on a minute. Where did I put it?
Is there a pick in the fro or something?
No.
Oh, she's smiling.
Yeah, and that's that spooky smile.
Yeah,
that looks like a serial killer.
Yes, well, you know the movie Smile, right?
Yep. That's what I thought when I saw that.
Yeah. So who out there got this version of the cover? All right.
Herschel need more hugs.
Yeah.
He needs a lot of hugs.
It's not all he needs.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so chat, I want to thank you all for joining us. Glad we had this time together. To our panelists, especially to Mike, thank you so much. Any closing words?
Big Mike.
I just appreciate being able to sit down with you guys. We're gonna have to give Rich a Cleveland Browns jersey or something. That Houston just don't sit right with me.
You coming for Rich?
First of all, let me give you the significance of it. This is the Houston jersey. It's an Astros jersey. You can see, kind of. But here's the thing about this particular jersey. Astros don't have this quote-unquote jersey. This is a special jersey. If you look at this patch here, this says Houston Eagles.
Okay.
Back in the day, 1950, I want to say, there was a Negro baseball team called the Houston Eagles. They actually were the Newark Eagles. They left Newark, New Jersey, and they came to Houston. So this is a Black History Month or Negro League, patch.
That's actually dope.
Can I see it? Can I see that other patch with the eagle?
Which one? This one here, or this one?
The one with the eagle.
Yeah, this one here.
Why does that look like the same one from the German Army Luftwaffe of World War II?
I don't know about all that.
Am I the only one
on this shirt
who sees that?
I wasn't thinking about it, but I guess now that
now we can't unsee it. Tragic.
Now you can't unsee
it. That's what it is. It's the Negro League baseball team.
Hey,
from
now
back
I
you said,
that.
so just five years after the World War II.
What?
You said it was from the Negro League from 1950.
Yeah, I believe it was 1950.
So that's just 5 years after World War II.
Yeah.
And the influence is the Nazi. All right, fine. Let's move on.
I don't know about all of that. See, you're not going to poo-poo on the fact that I got a Negro League jersey, and ain't no trash teams out there in Florida that you could talk about.
Wow.
Well, technically, a lot of the Negro League.
You got the trash Miami Marlins or whatever y'all. Oh, y'all the Devil Rays, the Rays. What are y'all? What kind of baseball team y'all got out there?
Look,
at least they got the Cleveland Indians or historical team.
The Negro
and you haven't won y'all haven't won a World Series ever.
That's not true. The Miami Marlins did win the World Series in 1997. The Negro League spent their summers
no longer there
in Sanford, Florida, along with Jackie Robinson, by the way.
Yes.
So there's actually a lot of history with the Negro Leagues in the state of Florida, including Jackie Robinson.
The only thing I got going on in Florida is Zora Neale Hurston. That's it.
And Muhammad
everybody
Ali,
else is an implant.
Muhammad Ali trained in Miami.
Everybody else is an implant, including you.
Wow!
Shout out to Brooklyn.
The logo. I want to look at it.
Hey, I rock with the Reds, and we got some young.
You gotta hold up. You're not a Cleveland Indians fan, bro.
So they go by the Guardians now, so it's a little thrown off. So, as baseball, I go with the Reds, and they're the winning team, put it like that. As far as baseball in Ohio, whatever the Reds are, and we got a player, De La Cruz. Check out for him. Like he has a nice little future in store. So
that's what's up. But anyway, that's the significance of me wearing the jersey.
It's a dope jersey for sure.
Thank you.
Jersey. I like it a lot.
Houston Oilers, you said?
Beg pardon?
Trolling now.
Clearly. It's that's a historical franchise. Thank you very much. What up, Brooklyn? Brooklyn in the building. You talking about the Yankees?
It's Brooklyn in the house without a doubt.
I tell you, I was kind of disappointed at the Astros. They got swept by the Yankees the first series of the year. I was like,
why were you disappointed by that? It was kind of expected, wasn't it?
Beg your pardon. We have been the Yankees' daddy for the last 4 or 5 years. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We have
who's got more championships though?
Who?
Crickets.
Who got more championships?
Crickets.
You sound like a cowboy hater. You sound like a cowboy fan, right?
No, man. I love
facts, man. I love when a cowboy fan, Yankee fan. How many championships y'all got?
You ain't got
won a championship in a decade.
Facts.
Y'all haven't won a championship in a decade.
You got facts and
you ain't won one in a decade. You ain't won one in a decade. Who was president last time y'all? George Bush.
Still more than.
Who was the last time y'all won? George Bush was the first one.
You can talk louder, but you still ain't got no rings.
Beg your pardon? We got a couple of rings. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. You're two rings.
Do you realize the Astros have been in the World Series the last 4 out of 5 years? Thank you.
It's not being in the series, sir. It's winning them. Perhaps
We
that's
won a couple of them. We
Yeah.
won a couple.
a
Yeah.
couple.
We got rings, my brother.
Dynasty.
We got rings, my brother. And don't distract from the fact that y'all still, you 616-ish, still new recast. Y'all gonna be screaming recast the chop.
You don't even know what a dynasty means because you're from Houston.
You know what?
This
You know
is
what?
how
Look, you could take your Yankees and all y'all rats, y'all still got a rat problem. How is it that y'all have a biggest city, a city that I can see why y'all don't sleep? Because the rats is crawling all over y'all. You can't get no sleep.
Hey, those
God.
rats are they serve their purpose.
Derek, please take us home because this stream is trash right now.
Oh, now we need a poll. Now we need
All
a
right.
poll. Okay.
We just joking. It's just joking, jokes. Don't take it personally. We just having fun.
You're gonna have the whole city of New York after you, Derek. After you, Rich.
These are the cheating Astros. Oh wow. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Paul is the one who would include the Rock's WE Wrestling Championships as Miami Chips. You gosh darn right I would. Shout out to you.
You know what?
Right,
you really shouldn't be invoking the Rock because the Rock did some the Rock was on Fox News, bro. What's up with your boy?
What's wrong with being on Fox News?
Do you really? That's another 30-minute conversation. Derek, please take us home. Please.
All right. Hey, Black Comic Lords, we're out.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that.